Yeah, Alex was in our first two anthologies, You Say Say and Hellstrung and Crooked. And now Greg Behm is in our third one. And there's a mailing list up there. We've got submission period coming up. Please, it was a fabulous open mic, and I know there's more fabulous poets in the audience. Sign up and we'll let you know what's happening. I've now been on tour since October 1st, and I'm a little, it's been incredible, this whole Uphook tour, plus I've done a few of my own dates. And I've been dying to say this because I'm feeling kind of like this, but good evening, San Francisco! Eniel, wherever Eniel is, probably, he's here, he's smoking or something. Eniel's joined me for the whole tour, and by this stage, we kind of know that we've got probably like 2 different stage outfits, and we're even beginning to swap clothes now. It's crazy, but it's been an amazing tour, and I'm so pleased here. This is the penultimate gig. Well, Greg will probably tell you afterwards, but we've got another show on Friday as well. I'm going to read 2 poems. The first one is one of those things that I guess everyone does this, and it's not just me. You agree to do something you know nothing about. And I was chatting to this guy. I mean, obviously I'm English originally, but I've been living in New York for a long, long time. But I was back in England, and I got introduced to someone and they said they were organising this kind of major John Cage retrospective, and they wanted to have a few performances as well. And I said, John Cage is the biggest influence on my work. I would love to get involved. And I know nothing about John Cage. In fact, I was getting him muddled up with John Cale and the Velvet Underground when he was talking to me. But anyway, I got this gig, and it was great because I was listed next to Yoko Ono, just my last name's Ormerod, and it was like, that's the post of my life. I was so pleased. But I had to do like 30 minutes of work that was influenced by John Cage. And this first one came out of that. It may be more John Cale, but let's have a go. The light appears an arm. The light appears an arm. The papers flow. The papers go. The light appears an arm. Let's put them somewhere sensible. Aye, the light appears an arm. A light appears an arm. These are pages in completely the wrong order now. The light appears an arm. The light appears an arm. A light appears an arm. The light appears an arm. A light appears an arm. Chair. Sore eye. Sorry. Dirt, tan, river, sound, building. Dirt, tan, river, sound, building. Dirt, tan, river, sound, building. Dirt, tan, river, sound, mind, burr, numb. Dirt, tan, river, sound, building. Voices, crescendo, woodpecker, crescendo, ditch, water, brown, dirt, tan, river, sound, mind, numb. Forced through a slit, chronic, gruesome, wet, greasy, sullen, arm of light appearing, wet, greasy, sullen, arm of light appearing, flash, one, near identical little shots of near identical buildings, near identical little shots of near identical buildings, near identical little shots of near identical interiors, near identical little shots of near identical interiors, near identical little shots of dirt, mind, numb. How light, how light, how light, how light. Emma, amber, old. The lake, a never closing eye. The lake, a never closing eye. The lake, how light, how thin. Breeze slammed. There is centre, and essential. There are arms and light song of Finch, the enlightened and the entitled, pour impossibility with the implausible, shake, the light appears an arm, ricochet, shake, the light appears an arm, ricochet, the light appears an arm, ricochet, the light, alarm, a light, alarm, a light, the light appears an arm, unfolded whistle, crumple skin, half light, bird song, tint, turn, veer, near, identical, historical, near, identical, historical, little shots, near, identical, saw, eye, the light appearing, an arm, the light appearing, possibility of space, identity, fog, light, dirt, tan, river, sound, grade, mitigate, mitigate, the light descending, the air descending, the light descending, the building descending, the arms descending, the lake descending, the eye descending, the lake and never closing descending, the air descending, the air descending, the air descending, the air descending, little shots of air, of air, of air, of air, of air. John Cale or John Cage. This next one, I don't know who this was influenced. It's called Initial Notes for a possibly punk poem about, at the moment, a girl named Lucy. Does she smoke while asleep? Rise in full lipstick and curl. Lucy is a crime scene, some kind of waterfall, raven, hawk, lamb, bell on a sledgehammer, lair, hips, future palaces, shiver, timbers, modern housekeeping cabin, yeah. Knife to the ear and ear to the water, knife to the ear and ear to the water, knife to the ear and ear to the water, there has been no English lady here. An interest in art is the choice of a flea to an apple, a queenly spectre, a dog that shows the way most well. The dog is a pointer, and Lucy is a view. Lucy is a crime scene. The scene becomes her well. They say priests stalk the lands, trot troops of mat-mot foolery, spittle mules, just give her a gin. She's had nothing to drink all day. The spirals arrive. Lucy is a crime scene. The wheels she made up, the rules she made up, the voices once and for all, crowds of followers and completists. There is square light, wet pegs, a stall, a bangle, a postcard of something that mattered. A postcard of something that is already there. A postcard of something that lives, and there will be the next day, and the next day, and the next. Grass grows, and the water falls. The lady, she vanishes. Have you ever seen such snow? Mountains sing of the happy lips of children. Hold the hammer, channel mud. Lucy is a crime scene. She wears a crown like a plague. She is luggage, baggage, carry on and hold all, knapsack and duffel. She has something to do with porridge. Rational explanations interest others more than her. There is stationary and stationary. Action is never in focus. There is merriment on wing. May God have mercy. May God have mercy on tap. Hostelries remain open. There's been no English lady here. The first sighting at a beer hall. Turn the orange blossom on, full blast. You, sir, are witty. You, sir, there are maids for that. One for the missing road, for the missing streets and the loser highways, a state of sin, a cancer of nightclubs and bars. Lucy is a crime stream. Lucy is a cabin. Lucy is a coming. Lucy's made to order and the priests stalk the land. Modern, 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 modern housekeeping cabins. Some have views of the falls. Some have faux homes. None have reception. Start making plans when you're 13, girls. Girls, have you ever seen such snow? Such water? A boat so small it rests between your teeth. Downstream floats a pencil. Have you ever seen such snow? Downstream floats a pen. Have you ever been this low? God saves queens and kings, and Lucy's a crime scene. Lucy, you know who to blame. Knife to the ear and the ear to the water. Knife to the ear and the ear to the water. Water to the knife and water to the ear. Water to the knife and Lucy, 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 Lucy. She caught the pogs from the pistols and the clap from the clash. Who put the crown on your fucking head? So, as one of the editors, we have a merch table over there. This Gapeseed, the latest anthology, is beautiful. It feels beautiful. Come over to the table and we'll let you touch it. If you buy it, you can lick it. And, you know, it's green, it's one of your 5 veg a day. You've got to, it's good for you. It's poetry, it's love. And me and Eliel have been carrying these books around. And how heavy are they, Eliel?
Fucking heavy.
Yeah. You know, we're kind of strong, but we're a little tired. You know, we want lighter. And we're sick of paying too much because we're over 50 kilos or whatever the crazy thing they tell us, pounds. I keep thinking everything in Canada now. This tour's too long. We're in Vancouver, Washington, weren't we?
Yeah.
2 years I was in Vancouver, Canada. I'm on the wrong tour. I'm going to introduce another of the Uphook poets who's flown in from New York City. So Matthew Hubert hasn't done the whole tour. He's flown in especially to see you guys. And because Matthew has just flown in, he's wearing new clothes. You can smell Matthew and be delighted. Don't smell me and Elliot. We're just kind of sad road dogs.
You can lick me.
I mean, this is what happens when New York comes to Seattle. You can lick us. Matthew's a fabulous poet. Uphook Press, we publish, you know, it's all from open submission. I did know Matthew before from the scene in New York, but the poem he sent us was absolutely delightful. He's also got a book out that's also on the table that's published by 3 Rooms Press, who also published me, and 3 Rooms Press is fabulous as well. Check them out, they publish poets from all across the country. Matthew's book is Gone Dead-ism, is a retrovirus. I was going to say retro is an ism virus, but it doesn't really matter because everything is a virus, and Matthew's poetry is spreading. So here he is to spread his poems and maybe cough or spit into the mic, and fuck knows what else I'm going to talk about. Matthew Hubert!